Mm, 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 Trucker's dream, if I ever did see one.
The hell is
AOA
that?
podcast. The band up on Cripple Creek. Up
Great.
on Cripple Creek, she sends me. It's good stuff, man. We got to get you into music one day. That'd be good. Something.
My music is better than your music. I'll put it up against your music any day of the week.
It's a whole world outside of Metallica out there. I love a little quick. I think, you know what? A poll to start the show would be amazing, actually. I think that would be fantastic. Little
Okay.
pre-show poll: Metallica or Dave Matthews? What's better?
Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm sure I want to do it. Do you see a box around my face?
Yeah. What the hell is? I thought that was just on my screen.
No, I think that's. Does everybody?
What the hell is that? Oh, it's gone. Oh, there it is.
I don't know.
It's
I don't
tracking your
know.
face. What the hell?
I don't
You're
know.
gonna have that the whole show? That's gonna be a little distraction.
No, I gotta get rid of
Boxhead.
it. All right, Frankie, you take over the hosting. Well, actually, I think I could just put you primarily on the screen of Ruski there.
Why don't I have a box around my face?
I don't know. Why don't you have a box around your face? I got to fix the box situation. Why don't you tell the folks? Huh?
I don't know why you have one and I don't. I'm a little jealous. I've got box envy.
Fuck, what the fuck is going on? This show is off to a great
Man.
start. We're doing amazing. All right. You tell the people what we got on the podcast today. Go ahead. Go crazy.
Okay. Well, there was a verdict with the Diddy trial. Apparently, we're going to get into it. It wasn't the verdict we were expecting. I don't know what to make of this, but we'll get into it. Meghan Markle blunder. Now, I don't know. Anthony makes the rundown, so I don't know the ins and outs of these stories yet. Apparently, there was a Meghan Markle blunder. That could be Anthony's bias. We have no idea. Rachel Ray. Something's going on with Rachel Ray. Can't tell you what it is right now. Why? Not for suspense, but because I don't know what it is. Worst fast food. Now, is this a list, the top or bottom fast food places, or is this like an opinion? We'll see. We'll see what this is. New McDonald's items. Okay. I mean, I'm in. Whatever, I'll see what they got. An $8,000 martini. Is that right? $8,000? Yeah.
Oh,
What
that's
the
right,
hell?
big man. That's right. And I'm going to need you to pick up half because we're going Dutch on this one. I'm not paying. I can't lay it all out.
You say we get a lot. We get a lot of people to go in on this. Can we get like 2,000 people to pay $4?
That's what I'm going to need if we're going to ever try this thing.
And we all get a whiff of this thing. That's all we're gonna do.
You could smell it. No sipping.
Smell it. No sipping.
Yeah.
Other assorted topics and such. Plus, Aaron C. back with a game later tonight on the podcast, baby.
Did somebody get a new toy?
Someone got a new toy. Aaron C. got me a new toy. It is Mace Windu's lightsaber. You might know him better as Samuel L. Jackson.
Ah, yes. He's good. He's good. Wow. It's got good noise and everything. Did you just get that? Did she order that? Is that a store or an online order?
Will you shut up and let people hear the sound
Oh,
effects?
sorry. I'll be quiet.
All right.
Wow, that's pretty good.
There it is, baby.
Fancy.
She ordered it for me. It just came in the mail today.
Wow. What did that run her? Like $300? I can't tell if that's like $49 or like $399.
I'm not going to disclose.
Okay.
It's a gift.
It is a gift. All right. It is the thought that counts. You're right about that.
It's not cheap. It's not a cheap gift. It was a very
Yeah, that's the
well
thing with
thought out there.
lightsabers. Like when I went to Disney, it was like, do you want the $400 one or do you want like the $39.99 one? And I was like, oh, look how fancy this one is, guys.
And it lights up and everything.
Yeah. I do have a
No.
lightsaber downstairs. Do you want to have a virtual lightsaber
Yes.
fight later in the episode?
Yes, I want to have it now. This is very top of the line, by the way. This is no
That's
fucking
fancy.
around.
That
And
is
it's
fancy.
purple. See, now it's purple, but I could change the color if I want.
Oh, why is that? Could he change the color, or is that just a feature of the toy there?
There's an extra feature of the thing.
Is that a
Which is
toy?
awesome.
Would you classify that as a toy, or is it like a collector's item?
I would say yes.
Okay. You know,
Well,
I
there
think
might be some flashing lights for anybody who's sensitive to flashing lights. I'm sorry. Hope you're all
No
right.
disclaimer. What do they call that? What are the people that can't do the flashing lights?
Epileptic?
Epileptic, yeah. Some epilepsy flashes. Yeah.
I'm blocking laser blasts.
I can't imagine what stupid thing I would buy if I didn't have to waste all my money on children. So I love that I could live vicariously through you. I've always
This is
loved that.
called, we don't have kids, and I'm getting a lightsaber.
What do they call that? Expendable income? What do they call that? Yeah.
I call it Frankie C gets a lightsaber, is what they call it.
And that can't be your first lightsaber.
Be mine about how many lightsabers I've got, all right?
I was going to say, how many do you have?
I only have one other one, and it doesn't work anymore. I've had it for like 20 years. I don't know. Before Star Wars made a huge comeback, I got it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And it just doesn't work anymore, but it's the Darth Vader lightsaber. This is the Mace Windu lightsaber.
Mason, what's his name?
Mace Windu. Come on, man.
Now, you want to be careful with that because you don't want to take off Marvin's head in the back of the car.
Oop.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, see?
See, I accidentally turned it on.
They could have lost a finger there.
Did something.
If anybody's just joining us 7 minutes into this podcast, we've done nothing yet but watch Frank play with this lightsaber. If any of you were curious.
Usually I save that for my OnlyFans page.
I was going to say, if anybody was curious to know what Frank was like during high school, that was basically it.
Or when the camera's not rolling. That's pretty much it. What have I been doing the last 42 years?
Just playing with your lightsaber.
Playing with my lightsaber.
Yeah, I like that. Remind me, we have to review J Seb's fundraiser yesterday or Monday, I should say, because we did do a 70-mile-per-hour podcast on Monday's episode, which was quite thrilling. And
I was operating the car that pulls Anthony's car, kind of like carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
I was in front of the guys. You're just steering the whole thing.
Well, I got a lot to say, and I'm sure you got some things to say about it too. So we'll do that coming up. That'll be in the other sort of topics it's touch. Right now, let's get started with the Diddy trial. Frank, very disappointing. Weird how it all kind of went down. Yesterday, we got the word on counts 2 through 5 or whatever it was, 2 through 4. Diddy found guilty, and then the one remaining count, which was the first count, which was the racketeering charge, that was the one that they were really hoping to get. The jury was split on it. I said on Monday's episode, they sent a note out saying that juror number 25 was not being cooperative or wasn't following the rules. The judge handled that with a note back to the jury, told them to keep going, keep deliberating. The possibility that the judge was going to give an Allen charge, which would give them a more opportunity to go back and continue to deliberate, that did not happen. From what I understand. So they just came through with finding him not guilty on that. So not guilty on the big one, but guilty on the 2 prostitution charges, which can net him up to 20 years. And here's the disappointing part. He's likely more to get 15 to 21 months for that charge.
What?
That's what a lot of the legal experts are saying. And I called a bunch of, because we do our research on this episode, on this podcast. So I call my cousin, who's a lawyer, and I did read some other lawyer opinions that are out there, and they all are kind of putting it between 15 to 21 months is what he can get. And the most depressing part about all of this is he's been in prison for 10 months while awaiting trial. So
it's time served.
Time served. If he gets 15 months, he's already done 10 of them. Lord knows
he's out by the end of the year.
More than likely, and he could get out even sooner than that if they're overpopulated and or overcrowded, I should say, and it's good behavior and stuff like that. This guy could be out by
What happened? See, my question is, what happened to all the assault? All these other why were there only 5 charges?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, nothing for the drugs, nothing for any of those. I guess those are just such small things. They were going for the racketeering, which racketeering in this particular instance, what the prosecution was trying to prove was that he was running a criminal enterprise under the disguise of Bad Boy Records. That Bad Boy Records was a front for a criminal, enterprise, and that he was the head of that enterprise. There was a couple of moments where people felt like the prosecution got close to that with the extortion basically that happened, where he said he was going to release a video of Cassie and had her mom had to give money. That's basically extortion. There was that, but they had to prove that he was running a criminal enterprise. A lot of people hear RICO and racketeering and mob cases, and that's because that's organized crime. They had to prove that he was basically in charge of an organized crime syndicate using Bad Boy Records as just a cover up for it. And the prosecution did not do that.
I get that. But I mean, the women, the drugs, the video of him beating the shit out of Cassie.
Yeah.
The fact that he set a car on fire, broke into someone's house. None of that he didn't get charged with any of that.
It wasn't convincing enough for this jury, I guess. And the thing,
the video of him beating the crap out of her wasn't convincing enough.
I know, I know. But that that wasn't one of the charges. Like there was, I don't even know what that is. Domestic abuse. Well, I don't even know what the assault. I guess. Yeah, I guess assault. But that wasn't one of the charges. I don't know why. I guess they were just, like I said, I think they were just going for the big thing. And
go for the big stuff, but assault is pretty big too. Number one, and number two, why can't they just pile it all on and do here's 50 counts of stuff?
Yeah, I know it's weird, right? But that's not how it works. Not how our legal system works.
I feel like it is, but they just didn't do it.
I mean, quite possibly, but they don't really, these prosecutors are very careful on trying to bring together what they think that they can get. So it's kind of amazing that they didn't get it. But at the same time, we talked about this not that long ago when the defense rested and the defense didn't call any witnesses. You can go back to that podcast episode. We were saying that's not a good sign, that those lawyers felt like the prosecution didn't make their case, and pulling a move like that can convince a jury of that exact thing. And in this particular case, it did. It worked, So Diddy's going to go free.
I'm sure. Well, I wonder, are any of the jurors going to do interviews? Hey,
I'm sure TMZ is going to find one of these
people
guys
and be like, what happened here?
Yeah.
What was so hard to pin down? What's the story? Because this is, I don't know. This is why these trials, I don't know why this wouldn't get televised. Because it's a federal thing. Is that the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Federal stuff doesn't get televised. Why is that? That's such a weird rule.
Yeah, I don't know.
It feels arbitrary to me.
Yeah, a little bit. But because you make a good point. Like, what happened? The one juror we know probably wasn't in lockstep with all the rest of them. But usually, in order to get an Allen charge, you got to be close. So if it was 11-1, they probably could have gotten an Allen charge from the judge to go back and continue to deliberate to see if they could convince the one. But a not guilty conviction, and this soon and this quick, says that this jury was split probably pretty close to 6-6, or if not even more in his favor than not. So that was basically it. And the estimates coming out right now is that the prosecution spent $10 million on this case, $10 million, and came up with nothing.
Why would they need to spend that much? What are they spending that on?
Lawyers, like they're paying their people, so that all gets counted in. Interviews,
$10 million for lawyers,
flying in witnesses, putting witnesses up, investigation time. Yeah, it's it's a lot. It's a lot.
All to get them for another 5 months in jail or 6 months.
What about because there's a difference, you brought up a good point, like all those bad things that he did, but there's a difference between moral and legal, right? So
that's not illegal.
Well,
punching someone and kicking them and lighting a guy's car on fire.
It is, but legally, what they went for, like, just because he did a bunch of bad shit doesn't mean that they could put him away. And I think that the jury, like, again, I said this the other day, like the jury, like, if you're asking me, I'm like, was it racketeering? No. Am I going to vote for it though? Yeah. It's close enough. To me, Ty goes to the guilty on this one. Like I would have sent him. I would have went for guilty, because it's like, maybe, and that's wrong. What I'm saying is wrong, right? This is wrong to say if you're on a jury, because the judge gives you parameters to go by, and supposedly they went by those parameters and found him not guilty of racketeering.
I get it's supposed to be beyond a reasonable doubt, so they gotta be positive of
right.
What the prosecution is going for. I get that, but my only thing is, with all the testimony of all the messed up stuff that was going on at these parties.
Yeah,
I feel like they, my opinion, they didn't charge the right things.
Yeah, you can make that argument. That argument you can make.
I don't understand. I gotta say racketeering, okay, but like
at the same time, like Neil brings up a point here that these assault charges and everything are state charges, and this is federal. These are federal prosecutors, so it's a different ball game. But all that being said, like they went for it all and didn't get it and wasted $10 million. But the point I'm getting to here is, what message does that send to society? Like you're kind of putting it out there that you could be a big scumbag and a huge abuser and, really do terrible things to a lot of people. And you, with money and power, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't just say, you know what, I'm thinking of running for president, so I can't be found guilty.
Wow, you always find a way to bring it back.
I'm just saying, that's how you get apparently that's how you get out of these things. You just say, I'm running for president. How could a potential president be found guilty of these things?
No TDS here, folks. No TDS here.
Just saying.
It's weird, and it's a terrible thing that this guy's going to eventually roam free. However, I will say he has got a laundry list of civil suits to defend himself in that have been, like, there was one filed the other. We haven't been really talking about that because I feel like there's a lot being filed like almost every day. So he's going to remain.
So there are a bunch of things. Okay.
Well, civil suits, it's different. It's different than.
There's no jail time for that, for civil stuff, right?
Right. So he's going to be in a courtroom for quite a while now. Once he does get out of prison eventually. Another little side note too is that the judge denied his bail while he's awaiting sentencing. So he went right back into prison after the verdict today, and he'll wait there essentially until he gets sentenced. And when he gets sentenced, we'll have it here for you. But don't, maximum, I think, is 10 years per count, so 20 years. Don't expect that to come about. I think it would be nice. Like, again, I'm not a legal expert here, so I don't know. I didn't get an answer on this, but wouldn't it be great if the judge said, hey, in light of everything that was done over the course and how severe the abuse and everything was around the prostitution that happened, I'm going to sentence you to the maximum, whatever. I don't think that happens though, because that's like an immediate appeal, and you just go to everybody else who's been, charged with a similar thing and found guilty, and show what they're getting, and they'll get that overturned. So, but I just think it would be great if that could happen, but we don't live in that world,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I mean, we're not saying anything out of line here. We're all agreed he's a giant scumbag, right? I mean, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's wrong for me to say the jury should have leaned into it anyway. That's wrong. That is legally and morally wrong for a jury to embellish a thing.
Oh, yeah, I get that. I totally do.
But it's like if you're like so close and on the fence, like I would have leaned towards that guilty side, because it's like I don't think we're missing anything by having this guy behind bars.
Well, if there's a sliver of doubt, you can't lean towards guilty. But my whole thing was, I thought maybe I just didn't look at the exact charges. I thought there were more charges in relation to the parties. The women, these people that were like said that they were abused and forced to watch this and do this and have, I just feel like there was more there, and that only 5 counts. It feels like this was approached in a weird way.
Yeah. Well, you expect, you don't know until the prosecution lays out their case, and then, like I said, in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, especially since the defense didn't call any witnesses, the feeling in the legal community, and we talked about it on this podcast, you can go back and watch, is I don't know. I don't know if they really have it. I don't know if they've proven that case. And as we learned, they did not. So we'll be back on Diddy when sentencing time comes around. Meghan Markle, Frankie C, we're a voice of the people. I don't want to talk about Meghan Markle anymore. I know people think I like to. I don't. I got a lot of good frustration out last episode that we were together in studio here. But we are a voice of the people today. Yeah, we are. I don't have too much of a beef. We're a voice of the people. We need to keep spreading the word. I've learned over the course of, again, the last week, that the people that are Meghan Markle supporters, they're calling the Sussex Squad. So the Sussex Squad are people that support her no matter what. And again, if you go and look in our comments on the long form podcast episode, on the clips that we put out on our social channels, everybody's very active. Lots of Sussex Squad in there. People are accusing them of being bots, but I think those really are people that are just in there to needle everybody. And I don't know if they're getting paid by PR firms to just kind of push her shit out further. But like a lot of comments lately on our stuff of like, oh, great marketing for her, continue marketing these products, like all that stuff. Like there are really people out there that still think that she's selling massive amounts of stuff and selling out, which she is not. She put the latest thing is just like the first round of product releases, the second round of product releases, they sold products. So you went the first time it was the honey, the second time I think it was the apricot spread, because it's not a jam. They sold more than they actually had in stock. So again, she had to email people and say, sorry that you didn't get a jar and you were charged for it. There'll be a refund, and you'll get it as soon as it comes back out again. Now, having done, podcasts and radio and help people with marketing and social media and stuff like that, I don't even know how this is done. I don't know how, because it's basic. Like all right. So for instance, we sell merch on the show, right? There's merch. Mm-hmm. And you have to have inventory. Like the way Shopify and essentially, if there's a cart on a website where you can put things in your cart and buy things, right? That usually corresponds with the inventory that's there. I'm not sure how she's selling more items than she actually has in inventory. So much so that she's had to message people twice now in the 2 rounds that she's released products. Like, if you have 50 jars of spread, you
Well,
sell
maybe
50 jars of spread.
maybe that's a marketing ploy. Maybe it's a hey, look what we have to do because we sold so much,
I
and
think
there's
it
such
is.
a high demand for it.
I think you're right. I think it's like a look, our site crashed and whatever, and it was so massive and big and all this jazz, and now we have to apologize to people for, I think so. I think
It
so.
could be.
Again,
It could very well be.
I'm still yet to find anybody who would send me a video every time. Not every time, because there's a lot of comments, but a lot of times when I get a negative comment from the Sussex squad, I say, tag me in a video where somebody's enjoying these products and let me see. And nobody has done it. You would think one of her supporters would be like, I mean, they have no problem calling me a fat fuck and a not a socialist, a racist and a misogynist. They love doing those things, but not one of them can be like, here. You'd think they'd want to be like, here, you fat fuck. Here's the video. Like, here's some person enjoying this stuff. No, nothing. Haven't seen it yet. Still haven't seen it. Still don't know it exists. And then the other thing people are calling her out for, and I'll be honest, I like to call her out when I know she's done wrong. Because all of these things are clear cons and bullshit. And I'm leaning towards she knew what she was doing on this one too, but I'm not 100% certain.
Mhm.
And I'm honestly getting a little tired. Like the things that aggravate me, like this one, I don't know if she's just outlasted me or whatever it is. I'm 42 now. I don't have the stamina I used to have. You know what I'm saying? Frank did me back in my 20s. I could be mad at people for weeks on end. Now I'm starting to get a little tired,
Yeah, don't have the energy anymore.
I don't. She released her rosé, which we said she was going to. Surprise, surprise. It sold out in record time, right? She released her rosé on July 1st, which was Princess Diana's birthday. Now, there's a lot of people, royal family reporters and everything, accusing her of knowing exactly what she was doing by putting it out on that day. So I'm like, I don't know. The best point I saw to prove this, somebody, one of the royal reporters said, you could release this any day of the week, any day of the month. You mean you don't know when your husband's mother was born? Arguably one of the most famous people ever, when her birthday was, and you put out a product on that day? That's kind of a valid, but I can't really argue with that. That's kind of a valid, it's a weird thing.
It's kind of weird, but I don't know.
Like, because here's why I don't believe that. Like, what's the advantage? Like, I understand if I'm trying to sell something, like if we're trying to sell something and there's a big day and you go, okay, if it's National T-shirt Day, all right, let's put it on sale on National T-shirt Day. Maybe we'll get a little bit more juice out of the social media post. If you're fake selling a wine that you didn't make and you're only moving 30 bottles, do you really need to do that? I mean, I don't know if you really need to do that. Again, she has 3.9 million followers on Instagram alone. And from my comments section, I can tell you she has hundreds of suckers that are more than willing to bite on these things. So
I want to believe that she didn't know, or she just did it, without checking the date or whatever the hell, or I want to believe that. So I'm going to choose to believe that until I hear otherwise.
Okay.
Because it's speculation. How do we know? We don't know.
No, we don't. It's weird, right? It's awfully
weird.
Sus.
I mean, but yeah, it is weird. But I don't know. I could see it being whoops, I didn't check. I didn't know. I figured first of the month, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just, for retail's sake, I did it for the beginning of the month. I don't know.
It's weird, though. It's like, I don't know how many products you release on a Monday.
It was Tuesday.
You're right. Correct. I'm sorry. You're right. It was Tuesday. Like, I always was told Friday. Friday is the day. That's when you release stuff because people get paid on Thursday for the most part. Thursday is usually universally like payday. And they got money, and it's before they blow all that money on the weekend on drugs and alcohol. So you want to.
Why is Thursday payday?
Thursday's typically payday. Thursday's usually payday for people.
1st and 15th. Why is Thursday payday?
Yeah, I guess if you're getting paid twice a month, but like a lot of like businesses pay on Thursdays. You know, they'll pay everybody on a Thursday. Some people still get paid once a week, like, you know, so that it'll be Thursday's the payday. When I was consulting for one of the theaters, you know, that did concerts and everything, everything went on sale on Friday for literally that reason, because people just got paid, and if you do it any later than Friday morning, they've already bought their booze and their alcohol and their drugs from the weekend.
Man.
So you got to get right into that sweet spot. That's when all the ticket. If you look at Ticketmaster today, a lot of concert tickets, maybe not every, but a lot of concert tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. That's kind of.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing to have to be Thursday's payday. I just don't get it. But okay.
Now, you know, we're not a financial podcast, and I'm no stock guru, but let me just say this, because I didn't mention it before. This is important. You're going to want to buy stock in Johnson & Johnson, because if Diddy's only going to be in prison for another 5 months, those baby oil sales are just going to go through the roof.
You think he gets all that evidence back, like the bottles that they confiscated?
You think they were dragging off? He's like, and I'm going to need my 10 pallets of baby oil back, damn it.
Yep. They're all marked up in evidence, and they just, all right, here you go. Here's another crate. Here's another crate.
Yeah. It would be amazing.
Counted them. There's 412 bottles. You give me every one of them.
It would be amazing if he was like, and there were 3 bottles with a red cap. I fucking remember the pictures. I want to see those 3 red cap bottles come back.
I'm telling, they could be. They just don't. I guess they don't throw it out. If it's evidence, if it's his property, they got to give it back, right?
I guess so. And I'm not exactly sure how that all works, but it's a good point. Neil brings up a great business venture, maybe between Diddy and Meghan Markle: edible flower infused lube spread. See that now, Neil?
A lot going on there.
Let me give you one of those. That is a finely crafted joke, my friend. First of all, second of all, Robin is our resident photoshopper. I would love to see what a edible flower infused lube spread would look like, because that would be amazing. And
what's their brand name again?
As ever. Yeah.
Mm.
If Robin can formulate, maybe using, ChatGPT to help out or whatever. If somebody, I don't want to put all the pressure on Robin, but Robin's our ace in the hole when it comes to Photoshops. But if somebody can put together a Diddy, Meghan Markle edible flower infused lube spread collaboration, I promise you, we will put that product up for sale on our website. Now, Frank, I see the look on your face. You look a little concerned. How are we going to actually sell that? Just like Meghan Markle, we're not actually going to sell anything, but we're going to put it on sale, and then 5 seconds later act like everything's sold out so quickly.
We're not going to sell this thing, because we're going to get slapped with a lawsuit pretty quick, I think, if we do that. I don't
know, because Meghan Markle seems to do it every 3 months and get away with it. So
but I'm sure NDAs are exchanged. We don't have that kind of.
She did make her whole staff sign an NDA. So see if you, when the show's over, see if you can get Erin to sign an NDA. Just write NDA on a piece of paper and make her sign it for me, please.
No problem.
Again, it's Meghan Markle world now. You don't have to actually do any of this stuff. We just have to talk about that it was done,
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. And worst case scenario, we'll just marry Harry. We'll just get Prince Harry, and marry him, and we'll get out of everything. So,
or say you're running for president.
Or is it okay? Okay.
just as long as we're saying things to get out of things.
We got to get a TDS alert on. I don't have a TDS sound effect.
Oh, stop it!
We need to get that. All right. Third topic, Rachel Ray. Okay, a couple of podcasts ago, we played video of her that was online. I don't know if you remember this, but her words were slurry, and she looked a little. Maybe she had a couple wines before the taping or whatever. I remember kind of being split on it. Like this doesn't seem like her, but maybe it was just I don't know. Maybe she's just getting older. People are concerned with Rachel Ray again because she had a alcohol event. I guess she has her own gin.
Okay.
And people were describing her as exhibiting bizarre behavior over the weekend. She did, her gin is called Staple Gin. It launched in May of 2020. By the way, I mean, for those out there calling me misogynist, you want to talk about an entrepreneur? Is that fucking Rachel Ray? Because she is not a classically trained chef. And she stood toe to toe with a lot of classically trained chefs on the Food Network for years. And not only did she stand toe to toe with them, but she dominated. She was like prime time. Like she got the
Oh,
prime time
absolutely.
slot.
She was number one for a long time on the Cooking Network.
Cookbooks and shows and special shows, like shows that were like a one-off, just like I'm going to do an eight series episode on this kind of 8 series thing on this.
Was it 30-minute meals? I think was her thing.
30-minute. That was her breakout thing. Yeah, it was tremendous. She's a talent. She's a massive talent, worthy of your money and support. Unlike Meghan Markle, I rest my case. But anyway, she does in the city in Manhattan. She went to a place called Broadway Spirits, and she charged people $50 a piece to meet and greet her and get a signed bottle of Staple Gin. Actually, not bad, because I don't know how much Staple Gin is, but even like a shitty gin is like 25 bucks. So
yeah, and you chance to meet
$25 for the autograph and the picture and everything. That's not bad. You know, that's pretty good. Yep. That's not a bad thing. And a lot of the times that happens because it's not like Rachel Ray's pocketing 25 bucks. I mean, maybe she is, but it's a boost in sales to that particular liquor store, right? That's kind of, you know, sure. They're the ones marking up. They're the ones making a profit off of it. So whatever. So several reports saying that she was 20 minutes late to the event. It's New York City. What are you going to do?
No big deal there.
But someone said that she seemed, quote, off, and that she showed bizarre behavior while greeting fans and handing out bottles of her gin and baseball caps. One person said she got oddly close to some people, hugging them in a way that seemed overly familiar as she posed for photos. They went on to say, you know how Drew Barrymore acts with celebrity guests on her talk show? Just like that. Is Drew Barrymore overly touchy on her talk show?
I don't know. I haven't really watched it, but I feel like she's a very friendly and outgoing. I don't know if she's overly touchy. I never really see that.
Yeah. The event was scheduled to run from 1 to 3, but it lasted only about an hour until there was no line outside. This is embarrassing. Organizers were standing outside telling random people about Rachel Ray doing a bottle signing. However, her people claim that it was a total success, but you know, within an hour, everybody was gone and nobody was waiting in line for her anymore.
Where was this? Was this in New York?
New York City. Yeah.
If I was walking down the street and someone goes, "Hey, Rachel Ray is inside doing no line," I'd be like, "All right, I'll go in." Yeah. Meet Rachel Ray. What the hell?
I'll never forget. There was some Penguin movie.
Penguin.
Bob Saget, I think, wrote and directed.
What?
Yeah, there was a Penguin movie. And who's the guy who yells all the time? The comic, Lewis Black.
Sure.
So I'm working at CBS FM, and I can't remember what show I'm listening to on my way in to the office. And it's Lewis Black, and I think it was like Bob Saget's dad or mom or somebody passed away, and so he couldn't do the sign like he was supposed to do a signing. They were releasing like a DVD of this movie, and so Bob Saget pulled out the last minute, and Lewis Black agreed to do it. Right. So I'm listening to I don't remember who it was. It doesn't even matter. But Lewis Black goes, "Yeah, I'm going to be at Times Square, you know, this afternoon at noon." And I worked for people. I worked in the MTV building where Total Request Live was. So it was like right by Times Square. So he was literally going to be a block and a half away from where I was. And my father loves Lewis Black, like loves Lewis Black. So I'm like, I'm going to go get a DVD signed for my dad. And I'm like, he's going to be there at noon. I don't know. Maybe I should leave a little early or whatever. I was like, you know what? But I could take an hour. I could wait. Like, how bad could that line be? I show up. And again, he was doing morning radio in New York City. And this was prime Lewis Black time. Like, he was on the Daily Show. He was at his height. And I show up, and there is literally 2 people in line in front of me. And I walked right up to him. And I was like, hey, could you sign this? My dad's a huge fan. I was like, I think you're hilarious too. And he was super nice. I don't even think I got a picture, but I just remember like kind of him looking around like, you think I can get out of here now? Like, I just want to go the fuck home. Like, it was such a weird, you just think there's going to be such hoopla.
What
and then
store? What kind of store was he in?
I can't remember if it was Virgin Record Store or if it was one of the other like bookstore kind of DVD places. I don't know. This was 2004 when I was there. 5? I can't remember.
Okay.
So it was like 20 something years ago, but it reminds me of that. I mean, this also reminds me of a lot of radio appearances, you know, where you're like, oh, so-and-so is going to be here. And then it's like fucking 3 people. Well, do you remember you weren't at the, I don't know if you came to this, but one of the first few years that I moved out here to the Hamptons, they have a big San Gennaro feast. And I don't know if you stayed over. It was after one of our friends' weddings who got married out here. A lot of people stayed at my house. I don't know if you stayed.
I don't think I did.
Your brother had stayed with us anyway. So we go to the San Gennaro feast, which is in Hampton Bays. You could look it up. It's pretty big. It's a big deal. And like Dwight Gooden is going to be there, and Vito from The Sopranos is going to be there. I was there for that. You were there for that? There's nobody at their table. Like,
they're just sitting there. And it was bad because there was like, wasn't even people it was like an empty zone around his table. It was very weird. There was just nobody getting close to the table.
Yeah, and he was just sitting there, and I just remember like, oh, this is the. And I feel like The Sopranos were still on the air, or maybe had just wrapped up a year or 2 ago.
I think it was after.
Yeah, maybe it was a couple of years after, but I was just like, wow, nobody gives a shit about this guy. And on arguably the biggest show in the world at the time, what, a year or 2, 3 years, maybe even 4 years. You think there would still be some clamoring for Vito from The Sopranos? Now Vito goes around and like cooks for people in their home. Like that's part of his gig. Like he's just like, you can have Vito from The Sopranos come and cook for you, because apparently he was a chef before he was an actor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. I just feel like that's so awkward. Like that's such an awkward, like.
What else was he in? I mean, you can only ride out, you know, it's not like he's getting more and more acting gigs. So you got to do something. You do what you know.
But I'm fascinated by that, Frank, because it's like Steve Sharippa. Okay. Maybe he's more of a personality. He's funnier. Like he used to run a stand-up comedy club. He used to book comics. So, you know, like he's more personable. I feel like you watch him on talk shows. He's funny. He hosted the Sopranos podcast. He was great in that. But like that guy works. Like he got on other shows. Like he has like a career.
Yeah. Maybe he stopped. He didn't want to act anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. It just feels weird. Like, why does one go and the other don't? I'm fascinated by why that happens.
Yeah, everybody's got their own. I want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Or you got to get the right agent. The right roles got to come along. It's not everybody who's in the best show ever is going to be. You know, it's like when people win the Oscar. It's like then there's a lull. After they win the Oscar, you don't hear from them for a while. I feel.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you're on the biggest show ever, they kind of go underground a little bit. Could be by choice.
Could be. Yeah, it could be. It's just, I don't know. It's like one of those things, and you're just like, huh, why is it just weird how it all shakes out that way? Anyway, this is not weird. This is all based in lots of people's opinions, but this crypto company, I don't know why it's a crypto company. They put together essentially an algorithm to scan a bunch of TripAdvisor reviews and figure out what fast food chain got the worst reviews out of all. So that's essentially how this list was done. all the major players in it. Let's do it in the comments right now. Live chat, comments below. What do you think is the worst fast food chain? Frank's going to answer. He's going to think about it right now. But while he's doing that, write your answers so he can share. And then we'll reveal this list and we'll go down this list of the worst fast food chains according to TripAdvisor reviews, which is kind of a weird place to leave a review. But a lot of people leave reviews on TripAdvisor. You think this would be a Yelp thing, but
yeah, either way, I guess.
I don't know how
Travel
Yelp
to a
is
different
anymore.
city.
Do you use Yelp?
I just Google
You just Google?
place and I look at the reviews, on Google, whatever the hell it's showing me.
I feel like an old man. I'll still go to Yelp. I'll still I want to see the food. I want to see, I don't know.
It helps. We look at reviews all the time, but to be honest, don't pay attention to where the reviews are. I just see reviews on the page.
Yeah. I don't love reviews either because reviews, especially for food, you get these cranky, weird, awful people, and they're just like in a bad mood, just ready to go out there and give their 1 star to everybody who, didn't whatever, kiss their ass or,
reviews are really good for products. Like, cause you really, because if you're expecting something and you get something different, that's good to know. I mean, you're not really getting someone in a bad mood, I feel, usually. With food places, there are a lot of factors to consider. Was the food good? The atmosphere, the service, was were the other customers being annoying? There's a lot of shit to throw in there. But if you get a product, it's like, did it work? Did it function the way you wanted it to? Was it expensive? Did it fall apart? It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I like watching just a video. That's why I love YouTube. Like if you're buying a lightsaber, it's like, let me see somebody using the lightsaber. That's all I want to see. I don't even care about their opinion that much as I want to just see what the practical product looks like in a person's hand.
Right. See it in action.
Yeah. All right. Lots of guesses coming in here. Frankie C. Neil says Checkers. Debbie says White Castle. Rhonda says KFC. Flying Wall says Mickey D's. What do you say? What does Frankie C say?
As the worst?
Yeah,
I will go with Subway.
Subway, not even on this list.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. And I will tell you, I agree. Yoga mat bread, always a shitty attitude, no matter what Subway you go into. Nobody's happy to be working at Subway.
And you get wet, slimy cold cuts every time. I don't know what we're doing here. The chicken is rubbery. I haven't, to be fair, I haven't had Subway in years. So maybe they improved it over the years. I don't know. But
no, you're right. Wet, slimy cold cuts, cut way too thick. I think, and I don't know. Here's my theory. Again, this is egocentric. As a New Yorker, we have some exquisite delis that are literally slicing the cold cuts as they're making the sandwich for you. It's super thin. The bread's great. Like, I feel like we're spoiled more than a lot of other places where they may not know what a really good sandwich actually is. And they're like, all right, it's Subway, whatever.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right. That's not on the list.
Not on the list.
Are there going to be, is it going to be a place that's like regional, or is it everybody knows these places?
Everybody knows these places, but there are, I'm going to say 2 to 3 really just super regional fast food places that you've heard of, but you might not have ever actually gone to.
All right. So it's not Subway. I feel like Chipotle is okay. What about what's that? Papa John's.
Papa John's not on the list.
Okay. To be fair, I've never been to Papa John's and never had Papa John's.
I got the top 10. You want me to go from 10 to 1? Some
10 to 1.
Worst to worst?
Yes.
Okay. Pizza Hut.
How big is the list?
10.
Oh, it is 10. Okay.
Yeah. Essentially these are the 10 restaurants with the lowest ratings, right?
Okay.
So Pizza Hut in at number 10 here. Number 9 is Hardee's.
Hardee's. No, I don't think I've ever been to Hardee's.
Neither have I, but you've heard of a Hardee's, right? I feel like I've seen
Sure.
Hardee's commercials from time to time, and there
Yeah,
was Hardee's. There was a Hardee's NASCAR car. I feel like it was like a, I don't know.
could be.
So Hardee's, Wendy's at number
Wendy's.
8. Yeah, I think that.
Really?
Yeah,
Why is that? I like we go to Wendy's whenever if we have fast food. That's our go-to.
yeah. Well, I mean, and it rings true, right? I mean, I didn't say any of the other big burger joints yet, so they're probably going to be lower on the list. But
Hmm.
yeah, it got an average of a
Wow.
3.27 rating. Wendy's
3.27 out of 10. Is that?
at a yeah. Well, no, what is it? 5? How many on a 0 to 5 scale? 5 stars. So
Oh, 3.27 isn't that bad. It's above half. It's like that's not terrible, I guess.
yeah,
But Wendy's, okay.
I think it's out of whack. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go on 5 stars and Le Bernardin is 5 stars, like you can't put a fast food joint over 2 stars. That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, but if we're doing, all fast food places, and we're not including, crazy, awesome restaurant, we're talking just
Yeah.
fast food.
Yeah,
If it's just a fast food list, is going to be 1 to 5. I can't believe that Wendy's is on it and Subway isn't.
that is shocking. Yeah, that is shocking.
All right.
Wendy's, I feel like, is the best, but you have to admit, even their quality has gone down over the last 5-10 years.
Has
It's
it?
not like it was. And I feel like when we were younger, like back in the day, like
Yeah.
when they had like a salad bar and shit, I feel like that was like real good food.
I gotta tell you, I rarely go into fast food places anymore. I'm always drive through.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that's a lie. I have dined in a Wendy's because my kids. It's
All right.
weird. Kids, man, they make you do weird shit. You're just like,
No, I'm not saying it's bad or whatever to,
no, it's
to
bad.
dine in. Okay.
No, if you're eating in a fast food restaurant and you're not with a 90-year-old, it is bad. By the way, every time we eat in Wendy's, there is an 80 to 90-year-old and they are there and they're fucking pounding fries. They're scarfing burgers and they are more than happy to just wrap it all up with a big fat frosty at the end. I don't know how. And it's always some grandma that is like 45 pounds. She's this friggin' thin and she's just like, let's get Frosties. And I'm like, what?
What the hell, man? Why not? Live it up.
I'm like, how are you doing this?
At that age, fucking live it up, man.
Show me the way. Oh my God. I wish
I love how you're like criticizing a 90-year-old woman for eating a Wendy's burger when you yourself has said that when she passed 90, you want to do heroin.
Oh,
and you're like, look at this old woman drink a Frosty.
Well, I don't know if that was a critique as much as that was envy coming out. Like I'm envious that they were able to put away. Like they're just knocking down and they're so fucking happy. I don't know why.
Yeah, fast food is a treat.
The last 6 times I went to a fast food place, it was like some old lady and her son, who I'm guessing was divorced. I'm throwing a lot of stereotypes out there right now. But that just feels like the lightsaber. Okay. All right.
It's fine.
We can't have that go down. That's powering the whole episode.
What's true?
My parents too. My parents are like, we're going to take the kids for ice cream. And I'm like, oh, cool. There's like 6 great ice cream places. Like, no, we're going to go to McDonald's. I'm like, why? Why would you go to McDonald's? They fucking
go to a place that specializes in ice cream.
Yeah, no, they just love. I don't know these fucking boomers. They love the goddamn.
Yeah, but McDonald's ice cream thing is never working.
Yeah, for the most part. Although I haven't really run into that problem a lot lately. But again, I haven't been at a McDonald's drive-through in a while. I haven't been there at like 1:00 in the morning either. That's usually when that shit would go down. Like because they wanted to clean that shit at 7 and get the fuck out of there. So.
Yeah, nobody's cleaning that thing at 1 in the morning. All right, so where do we leave off?
All right, Pizza Hut at 10, Hardee's at 9, Wendy's at 8. Number 7, Run for the Border.
No.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Again,
I don't mind Taco Bell. I like it.
Yeah, not hard. I mean, I try and stay away from the beef. I don't know what the hell that is. That's not real edible food. But the chicken, you're okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I like. See, whenever I go to Taco Bell, I get the same thing. I either get a shitload of soft shell tacos or a giant burrito,
Mm,
or
yeah,
a little from column A and a little from column B.
a little of both.
Yeah, like
I
a
did.
burrito and like 2 or 3 tacos.
I did like their grilled burrito.
I don't think I've ever had anything other than the. Maybe I've had a quesadilla, but that's it.
Mm. They used to grill the burritos, and then at the end, I don't know. At the end, when I stopped eating this food, they used to put like cheese on the burrito, and then grill the cheese on the burrito, and that was just like this greasy, cheesy, kind of crispy. It was weird. It was really good though. It was really,
Hey,
really good. Now I want to
yeah,
vomit thinking about it. But
I got no problem with Taco Bell.
all right, next one is Taco Bueno, which I've never heard of before.
Taco
Yeah,
Plain. No, I don't know that one.
no idea.
Sounds
All
familiar, but I couldn't swear on that.
right, coming in at number 5 is Long John Silver's.
You know, I've never had Long John. I don't think I've ever had Long John Silver's.
Have you,
If I did, it was. I don't remember it, but I don't think I've ever had it.
have you ever seen one? Because there was one, if you remember, across the street, catty corner from the hockey rink that we used to practice at in high school. There was a Long John Silver's on that corner for the longest time.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
But I've never. I feel like I've seen one at some point. What's the one with the they have like hot dogs now? Oh, that's Sonic. Is Sonic on the list? Well, we'll see.
Sonic is not on the list.
All right, I've never been.
I'll spoil
I think
it.
I've been to a Sonic once, but I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever been into Long John Silver's.
Yeah, and that's the most brazen one because they're like, hey, everybody, we're serving fish and shrimp over here. And like, how could that be good?
Yeah. Imagine the person coming up with that idea. Like, I got an idea. It's fast food, but it's seafood. Everyone's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You know, I'm picturing a mountain of lawsuits.
Yeah,
And
I
people
know.
just throwing up into dumpsters. But they've been around for a while.
For a long time, man. For a long time. I think they realize if you freeze it and then just fry the shit out of it, it'll be okay.
It just kills whatever's in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never been in a room when anybody went, you know, I could go for some Long John Silver's. You want to take a ride? I've just, that's never, ever happened.
I don't even know if there's one in the vicinity. Are there any on Long Island?
There used to be, again, there used to be one or two. I think there was one by Roosevelt Field Mall. And well, a lot they were with Nathan's for a while. In fact, I think the one in the hockey by the hockey rink was a Nathan's / Long John Silver's, but I haven't seen one in a while. I don't know where they are.
Another one I haven't been to, Nathan's, in a long time.
Yeah. Next one, 4th on the list is Church's Texas Chicken. Regional, I feel like.
I've heard the name.
Right? Yeah.
But if it's is it just Texas, probably, or
I don't know. I think it's in Florida.
It might be a bunch of okay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of places, but I think it's just chicken. Top 3 worst: Burger King, McDonald's.
Wow.
And
Ooh,
Rhonda had the guess a little while ago. KFC was voted the worst.
Wow.
Yep.
Burger King, McDonald's, and KFC, the top 3 worst.
KFC
Now, I'd like to know what the average complaint was. You know, is it the food? Is it the service? Is it the restaurant itself? Is it the prices? I mean, what's the overall complaint?
Dude, I have to tell you, baseball, I don't know, it was a while ago, but I ordered KFC for the family. Bucket of chicken, couple sides, biscuits, all that stuff. It was like $58 or something like that. And I'm like, this is way too much for food that's going to make us sick. You know, like,
yeah.
I'm like, it's so expensive and it's not good. I don't understand.
What's crazy is you go to like a McDonald's or a Wendy's or something, and you get like the burger meal. It comes out to like $15 for one person. When you can go to a restaurant, get a burger, fries, and a drink for like the same thing.
Yeah, or maybe like $3 or $4 more, you know, which would be totally worth it.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead. I agree with Frankie C. Like, I mean, it's beyond crazy. And then Christella brings up a great point. Just like when we were talking about Taco Bell a second ago, just get real Mexican food. It's so much better tasting. I don't even know how fast food joints are thriving and open anymore. Like, I understand. You're in a pinch. Like, we go through it with the kids. You're in a pinch after practice, whatever. You just go there, you get a thing. You can't argue with the drive-through. The drive-through thing is huge. But I feel like in every town in America now, there are like the pizza place, the fried chicken place, the Mexican place, and the burger place that are local and run by real people and are a far better option than the McDonald's, the Taco Bells, and the Pizza Huts of the world. Like, it just, I don't know why everybody's not just roaming for real local spots, you know, especially now we're in the era, I feel, of what's that big one, that the chicken place that everybody loves? Raising Cane's.
Oh, okay.
Raising Cane's is like this phenomenon now, right? Like, we're just doing chicken
PDQ.
tenders. PDQ. Yeah, like you have all these like restaurants that are like, they're fast food places, but they're like, their whole goal is, hey, we are better than those other places. And you go and you're like, oh, this is better than the other places. I don't understand why though people aren't flocking more to those spots than they are going to the same old like KFC for just the most subpar, awful, disgusting shit. And you can't be like, well, people don't make a lot of money because KFC is expensive as all shit, you know? Like, if you're looking at KFC, McDonald's, or Taco Bell, you're probably flocking to McDonald's and Taco Bell, you know, because KFC is expensive.
I'm surprised. I mean, not on that list. White Castle was a big guess.
Mm-hmm.
Domino's seems to be stepping up their game.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the commercials for Domino's, they're trying. They're doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing different things. They're trying everything. They have deals. They have different customer service options. You know, you drop your pizza or something, we'll replace it for free. All these weird things that are, at least they're trying. But Pizza Hut was on there, right?
Pizza Hut was on there. Yeah, they were number 10. Yeah. No,
Okay.
and they you're right. They are trying, but it's kind of like, again, I'm dumbfounded that there's Domino's and Pizza Huts in New York. Like, even in the worst New York and the worst pizzerias, they're still so much better than the shit that they turn out of fucking Domino's.
Well, you know, sometimes you just want, why do people get microwave or oven, you know, a pizza from the freezer section? Sometimes you just want a quick, you know, snack. It might not be, you know, all right, you can get like what's the comparison? Like, I would say, you know, you can get like the best chicken soup in the world at this place, at these restaurants. But sometimes you want to open a can of Campbell's, you know, you want to open a Progresso or something. You know, you just want a quick snack, and you want, you know, you don't have to get the best thing every time. You know, every time you want it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you want a pizza bagel, and you don't want to get a fucking bagel from the deli with cream cheese. You know, sometimes you want to eat something that's whatever. You know.
I do. Yeah, I do. You know, it's funny. I have said that to Cuddles. I've been high when I said it, but I've said, like, let's get shitty pizza tonight. Like, I've been like, let's get some fucking Domino's, just because there's something to the fluffy, shitty Domino's that, you know.
I'm gonna say so. I have no issue with Domino's. I've eaten it and I've enjoyed it. Is it the best pizza in the world? No, but it's good fast food pizza. It's not like the best thing ever. What else is not on there? I guess I don't know. I was gonna say it's not fast food though. I was thinking Olive Garden, but that's not fast food. That's a restaurant.
Yeah, awful though, terrible.
Just I don't think I've ever. I think maybe I've been once in my life, but I don't know.
An Olive Garden?
Yeah,
I went to an Olive Garden because Puffy took me, and I had to go. It was like a radio thing, and I was like, "Oh, these people are gonna think I'm weird if I don't go." But I fucking hated every second of it. And they're like, "Unlimited breadsticks, isn't this great?" I'm like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "This is really not great."
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible, but they give you so much of it. It's like, oh, good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. All right, Frankie. See, McDonald's has some new food items coming to the mix. They announced a little
Yeah,
while
but
ago.
they're number 2 on the list. What the fuck are we going there for?
Good point. Good point. But people love the McDonald's, so we'll talk about their new items. Of course, everybody knows they're bringing the snack wrap back. That starts on July 10th. Everybody's been looking for the snack wrap. It got discontinued about 9 years ago, and people have been asking for it ever since.
What they need is a McRib snack wrap.
Oh, interesting. You could work for
Little-
McDonald's corporate.
Little combo action.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'd like to see that. They're rolling out the spicy egg McMuffin, which is essentially the exact same egg McMuffin you've always enjoyed with spicy sauce on top.
Like, what sauce is that? It's not. I'm guessing it's not a hollandaise.
Nope.
Is it like the same spicy sauce they would put on like the spicy chicken sandwich?
Perhaps, maybe. I'm not entirely sure.
All right.
I don't know.
Spicy egg McMuffin. Fine. That sounds good.
They're calling it the spicy pepper sauce.
Spicy pepper sauce. All right.
Whatever the fuck that means.
I got no problem with that.
You know what they say though in this description that they released in their press release? That it's the same egg McMuffin sandwich, melty cheese, and freshly cracked egg. Now sourced 100% cage free in the US. Are they really cracking those eggs in McDonald's? Because I'm pretty sure that those eggs get cracked, cooked, frozen, sent to the McDonald's store that you know, and reheated. You think they're cracking real eggs and making?
That's a good question. Anybody who works at McDonald's who's watching, let us know if you're actually cracking eggs. Because I mean, if you look, I guess you could make eggs that look like that, fresh on the.
To be fair, yeah, I have seen ring molds in McDonald's where you just put it on the grill, you crack the egg in there, and it would obviously stay that shape.
So maybe, but I've never seen an overcooked or an undercooked one.
I guess so, because everything is like timing there. They put an alarm and they time it.
That's true. True.
Still, I don't know about freshly cracked eggs, but they put a spicy pepper sauce out and they get to tell everybody it's a new menu item. So I kind of feel like that's cheating, but there you go. If you want a little spice to your egg, like you need something more heartburn inducing to add to your fucking McDonald's order. Here comes the spicy pepper sauce for everybody, I guess.
All right, I'm in.
And then the next thing they are calling the blueberry and cream pie. Or, well, spelled C-R-E with a little thing. What's that thing? They got a thing on it. M-E. Is that creme? Creme-y?
Creme. That's creme, baby.
Blueberry and creme pie.
Okay.
Yes. So it's essentially an apple pie with blueberry. But you can see there is a little cream there.
No. There's creme in there.
There's creme in there. Yeah.
All right. I could, fine. I'm okay so far. This is a new item. I got no problems again.
Yep. So everybody could look for that. Again, these are nationwide ads.
Now these temporary?
You never know.
All right.
Yeah, you never really know, but they're coming to the menus very, very soon. I think, before 4th of July, both these two items will be on the new menu, snack wrap on July 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to tell you something. Ever since I started eating good, like this, you look at this stuff now, it just looks fucking disgusting. Like that looks like heartburn to me. That looks disgusting.
Heartburn? You get heartburn from that?
I get heartburn from everything, I think.
All right.
But
I don't get heartburn from the spicy egg McMuffin.
Oh, that spicy pepper mayo looks real. Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Eesh.
That's gonna get you good. But I feel like the blueberry maybe is it too? I don't know what would do it. Is it the creme?
Yeah, well, I think the blueberry's too acidic, and God knows what kind of fig butter they're putting on that crust. These are not Bobby approved items right here. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I mean, if you've had the apple pie, I can't see this being too different.
You gonna go run out and get these things? Are either of these things appealing to you?
They're not terrible. I don't think they're. I mean, if I'm there, I might try it. I'm not running out to get it. What was the other thing? The snack wrap. Again, I'm not. I'm not like in a hurry to. But if I'm there and it's breakfast time, and I'll be like, all right, I'll give that a shot. It's not grossing me out. I've had the egg McMuffin. I like the egg McMuffin. If they put a spicy sauce on it, I could see that being good.
The egg McMuffin is not bad. I'll say that. That's probably the most edible thing on that fucking menu is the egg McMuffin.
Yeah, reheated egg or not reheated egg, whatever. Is it still an egg? Is it an actual egg? And is it safe to eat? Great. Serve it up.
It was at one point, yeah. Bird says cuck sauce. Christella counters with Diddy sauce. Yeah, there you go. There looks like there's a little Diddy sauce. That's blueberry is very reflective, very glazy looking. Yeah,
I think that's the creme. The creme is the Diddy sauce.
That's the one. Yeah, that's it. $8,000 martini before we get into a game time. Frankie C here with the great Aaron C.
Great Aaron C. Coming soon. Stick around. Get a pen and paper because it's blind top 5 stuff. Now, what is in an $8,000 martini?
Okay. Obviously the martini.
Just a bunch of $100 bills. I mean, I can't.
You're close. You're close. This is kind of cheating and counting on the friggin' Hamptons. God love the Hamptons to pull something off like this. But a restaurant in Sag Harbor has introduced this $8,000 martini, and basically they're calling it the Rocks on Rocks because it's a classic martini with a 5-carat diamond tennis necklace from Manhattan luxury jeweler Jimmy the Rock Diamonds hanging dramatically over the side of the glass.
All right, so you're buying a diamond necklace with a martini on the side.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And that's $8,000. This is why people, I don't mean to be harsh. This is why people shoot up places. Because
you're an idiot.
It's the truth. This is why people snap. And
this is not why people snap because of $8,000 martinis.
No, this is why people snap and go in violent rages because there's people out there that can spend $8,000 on an item like this on a whim.
Well, they're not spending it on a drink. They're spending it on a diamond necklace. I mean, or whatever it is, bracelet. And they're getting a free drink with it. That's basically what's happening.
Yeah,
they're getting a $15 martini with an $8,000 bracelet or necklace, whatever you said.
I hate doing this story too because I feel like it's a total PR play. Like I feel like somebody at the restaurant called somebody who spent money with the newspapers and to write an article about it. That's essentially how these things happen. But just the idea that this is on the menu at this place, I'll tell you what aggravates me about it too. There'll be somebody that's going to sit there who's well off and who's going to go, you know what? Let's get the martini. And probably showing off in front of their friend, probably to make their friends feel bad about it. They're just going to scoop it up and be like, oh, what a surprise and what a big thing. And like, again, if I'm the server there, I don't know how you don't just clock them over the head with a fucking plate.
Are you kidding? No, are you kidding? If I'm the server there, that's the easiest tip. That's true. Imagine the percentage on your tip that you get for that. If serving something for $8,000 and you put 20% on that, I mean, that's crazy. Of course, I would love to serve that.
Actually, I don't tip on alcohol or diamonds. So
get the fuck out.
That's what people are going to do. Not enough to tip the hard workers, but we got enough to throw around for an $8,000, martini.
Do we have a picture of this?
You know what? I don't. There is a picture of it, but I don't know. I don't want to use
we could share it. All right.
Yeah. I'm afraid because I'm afraid once I tell people how shitty and stupid this is, that they'll get angry at me and want to sue us. So.
Man, I wonder if they actually. When is it out now? It's available.
It's available. Everybody, you can Google it if you want to see a picture of it. $8,000, Frankie. I'll put it in our little private chat. $8,000 Hampton martini. You Google that, you'll come across the art. There's several articles about it that you'll come across. It's disgusting. I hate. Let me tell you something. I hate this stuff so much because people are going to do it, and people are going to think they're cool and great for doing it. And nothing aggravates me more than that mentality of, aren't I cool for being able to do this? Like, I just want to tell people, I could not think less of you for buying something like this. I just think you are the shittiest person if you buy something like this.
Take it easy. Jeez.
No, I hate it. I hate people like this. I really do.
It's not about the drink. And it's not like you have to be I mean, if you're in the market, if you're looking to buy a diamond, is it a bracelet or a necklace?
Necklace.
If you're looking for a diamond necklace.
Wait, I'm sorry. I think I'm wrong. I think it's a bracelet. Nope, okay. Sorry, it's a diamond tennis necklace. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. If you wanted a diamond tennis necklace, you come across this, you like the design, and you're going out to the Hamptons anyway. Well, I don't know. And you like the thing, and they give you a martini. You're there to shop for a necklace. You know, you're not there for the martini.
Shop for the necklace at a jewelry store, okay? Not at dinner.
What do you want from me? The jewelry store isn't going to give you the martini.
Anyway, Jim and I were out for dinner the other night, and he orders me this martini. And just look at this beautiful. It was part of the drink, $8,000, but it was such a delicious martini, and it was such a pleasant surprise.
See, it's not about the martini. They're selling
a car gets broken into. Okay,
you're selling a diamond thing, a diamond necklace. That's why it's not like it's an $8,000. It's not like these hamburgers that you could buy for like like $1,000 hamburger because it has gold leaf on it, and
that's another thing.
Quail egg and.
You put gold leaf on that, you can go fuck yourself. There's nothing more unappealing or tasting than fucking gold leaf. It's the stupidest shit.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't taste. Can you taste it?
Tastes like garbage. Tastes metallic.
Yeah, who the hell wants that?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's like, I think one of the biggest rip-off scams has to be the tomahawk steak.
Oh, I love a tomahawk. Why?
Because it's just a rib steak with a longer bone. That's all it is.
You mean the cut's not as good as like a fillet or something? Oh, it's the same thing.
It's a ribeye. And they just leave the bone on and they French clean it. Like they would like a lamb chop. They like a rack of lamb, how they French clean the bone.
I see what you're saying. It's presentation only. It's not going to change the taste.
You're paying like $100 more for just a little more bone on the steak. But if you buy a rib steak, you can get it. You can probably get the same rib steak for like $50 in a really, like if you're going for high end steakhouse or something. But the tomahawk's going to be like $200 for some stupid reason.
Is that right? Yeah, I'm learning something new. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was
the
that much more.
Piece of meat. Well. Yeah, it depends. Some people, it could be a little thicker maybe, but from what I understand, that's all it is. It's just a rib steak with a longer bone.
Because we bought a tomahawk to make here at the house, and I kind of like it. I like cooking that big thing. It's like fun.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Probably cool to cook, and it's a fun. But I don't know. I'm not gonna ask you. But was it expensive?
I don't remember. Hey. Was the tomahawk more expensive than a regular steak? It wasn't priced that much more. Maybe at the restaurants, I could see them overpricing things. Yeah,
I feel like it's overpriced. Like if they cut that bone off, it's just a rib steak, and it's not going to be
as much
as expensive. So if you're at a steak joint, and you see rib steak, and you see tomahawk. Get the rib steak. It's the same piece of meat. My opinion.
You're not thinking about Frank. Sometimes a little more bone is all it takes. You know what I'm saying?
All right. There you go. Could be. If it's dinosaur meat, I'm in. Sure.
Bone makes a big difference. Yeah, it's true.
What you said.
I think it goes back to what you said before about restaurants where that's like a
gimmick. It's just a gimmick.
Well, I don't know if I was going to say a experience kind of a thing, you know?
Is it? What experience do you have with a tomahawk? You have this huge bone on your plate that you just have to move. I get, cuckus. Yeah, could be a cuckus. But Google it. Look it up yourself. Tomahawk steak. It'll tell you what it is. It's literally if I'm remembering right, it's a rib steak with they just leave the rest of the rib bone on.
All right. I'll look out for that. Next time I'm ordering, I will.
Yeah, just look at the price difference, and you see it's just they call it a tomahawk steak, and it's supposed to be this. I feel like it's not a tourist thing, but like a gimmick. I don't know,
like a gimmicky kind of thing. Yeah, it's a little gimmicky. Restaurants especially do gimmicky stuff around that. For sure. Yeah, for sure. But there's nothing more gimmicky than a fucking necklace hanging out of a goddamn martini glass. That's disgusting.
That's 100% a gimmick. Absolutely.
Oh, I hate it. And these people, this one woman poses like with it, like, oh, I think it's so not like, do you? I think you're a fucking idiot. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I think you're a fucking moron for sitting next to this thing acting like this is a good thing. It's not. You're stupid, and so is the restaurant, and so is everybody associated with this.
Well, that might be, but if they sell a couple of them, how stupid are they?
That's true. All right, Aaron C is here, which is good, which brings up our little recap of JSAB's event. Just a couple of quick items on this, and then we'll get right into the game. The beautiful fundraiser, right? They do it every year for the Star Legacy Foundation, raising money for stillbirth awareness. There's usually a lot of couples there that have suffered that loss. I know our own JSABs does it, and the other person that she runs it with, the other couple, they've lost a child too. I don't know how you feel about this, but I was particularly offended when we're sitting there, right? I paid a lot of money to go, right? Give a lot of support. More than the money, my time. My time is very valuable. And the other couple, you could have gave a lot more now that I'm looking at that lightsaber going back and forth. That lightsaber money could have went to help prevent stillbirth.
Hey, I'm busy.
Hey, listen. I only got that lightsaber because I ordered a martini in the Hamptons. And that's what they gave me.
Got it. Did that come in a beer mug, that lightsaber?
Yeah.
I fucking love this thing. Thank you, hon.
But anyway, so Janine says something. She gives a speech, and I thought she did a great job again. The other mom gives a speech, and she does a good job. And then the other mom goes, I want to bring out somebody, to talk because I think it's important to get this perspective. It was certainly healing for me and blah, blah, blah. It's to, understand that it's not just the mom and the dad who go through this. And she brings up her friend. And I'm sitting there like, I could give speeches. I could talk about this.
Brought up her friend.
You weren't paying attention because I don't know what you were
doing about to the whole thing.
Lightsabers or whatever you were doing. But the other couple brings up their friend to talk. And I'm just sitting there like a lump on a log.
You weren't paying attention because the person they brought up was the woman who started the whole Star Legacy thing.
No, that was another woman. That was a different woman. The blonde woman.
Fourth person?
Yeah, yes.
All right, then I missed that.
There were 4 speeches. She gives a friend. I wait till I get JSABs, that son of a bitch. I'd give a good speech. First of all, not one of them had a laugh in any of their speeches. There was not one laugh.
Might not be the speech to go for laughs.
I'll be at a 9/11 memorial getting fucking laughs out of that crowd. Okay, I fucking get people I move people both to tears and to laughter.
To the exits.
I'll bring a fucking house down. I'm like, I can't believe. I'm like, how much did she donate that she got to give a speech? Because and she went on and on about how like it affected her and everything. And I'm looking at this going,
I do remember that. Yes. Gotcha.
JSAB's loss affected nobody more than me. Okay. And I would even put JSABs and her husband in that
You
category.
can't even name her kids.
Yeah, don't say that.
You can't even. You don't even know her
well,
her 3 kids' names.
I can name them. I just don't know who's who. That's the only. I know their names. I just don't know which one is which.
I can't think of a better person to bring up than you. Someone who can't point out her kids.
I thought Janine would laugh at that if she thought that I wanted to give a speech. But anyway, maybe the most tragic thing that occurred at this event was your favorite podcast host, Frankie C, showed up in a suit, and I'm still not over. I woke up this morning. We're 2 days removed from it, and I'm like, I don't know why Frank wore a suit. I still don't understand why Frank wore a suit.
Charity
He
event.
looked amazing.
Thank you, hon.
You thought he looked amazing. Did you know he was wearing a suit? Did you encourage the suit?
Yes.
Do you encourage the suit? You didn't try
Not
and
only did I
discourage?
encourage the suit, we came back from Boston. He wore that suit, and I went to the dry cleaner, and I'm like, "What's the turnaround on this? I need it for something."
Oh, so that was the suit you wore to the wedding?
Right.
Yep.
Boy, you think you look really good in that. I'm not gonna lie to you. You did look good. You look good. I hate the pains me
Pick
to
on
say that.
Discord. Frank, is it okay if I put the pic on Discord?
Go for it.
Yeah, you got to.
All right.
I'm so glad you have a picture because I'm like, I can't believe I didn't take a picture. This fucking thing.
You showed up in shorts and a like a polo shirt, and I'm sitting
Really?
there.
Absolutely not. That was a button down. That was an actual expensive. No, it was not a polo shirt. It was a button. It was a full button.
With shorts? I wasn't there for anybody who's listening.
Okay.
And doesn't know why I don't know.
Yes, I was wearing dress shorts.
Dress shorts?
Dress.
Did Dave Matthews teach you that term?
Yeah, where was your puka necklace?
Those were classy dress shorts. To be fair, you know, this was a golf outing, so everybody there was in a polo shirt and a pair of shorts. So I felt, especially because it was like 88 degrees that day, that shorts was appropriate. I was going to wear pants, but I remember
shorts. A bunch of years ago when we did this event, we golfed. It was hot. It was like the hottest day ever. And then before the event started, we all changed into a nice shirt and pants. So nobody, for some reason, that went away. Everybody who golfed just stayed in their golf clothes. And it was I don't know.
You would know more than I don't really remember, but everybody was in their golf clothes this time around. You know, that's all I know. And I figured everybody would because it's going to be hot. I knew it was going to be hot.
It was an air-conditioned place. It wasn't hot in the place.
It doesn't, you know, I don't care.
I wasn't hot.
Yeah, but really, any room with 200 people, you need to set the thermostat to 50 because anything is just not going to be good enough. It's just not good enough.
It was comfortable. I was comfortable in there. I wasn't hot. I wasn't cold.
I wasn't uncomfortable. And by the way, this motherfucker didn't take that goddamn jacket off the entire time. I couldn't believe it.
But my shirt doesn't have a back.
The shirt doesn't have a back. Is it a dickie?
It's a dickie. It was just this part of the shirt. That's all it was.
I think this is crazy lunatic behavior. I cannot believe you showed up in a suit. I can't believe Erin C is encouraging this. I thought she was going to say that she told you not to wear the suit. You must love the way you look in that suit.
Did more people there wear dress shorts or suits?
There were far more. Erin, it was a 9-to-1 short to pant ratio.
Is that true?
Yeah. There would no. Well, I didn't see shorts. I don't know about shorts. There could have been. I didn't notice that. But I was the only. There may have been one other person, but I couldn't find him the rest of the night that actually had a suit on.
I don't think there was another person. The person who had a suit jacket on was scooping the mashed potatoes at the buffet line.
And he looked good. I liked the way I looked, and Janine thanked me for wearing. She goes, "You didn't have to wear a suit. Thank you. Your dress." I was like, "Yeah, of course," and it was very nice.
I said to her, "I said, never put me at this guy's table." Oh, by the way, okay, that's my other complaint. The last time I went, I was at the A table. If there was a dais, this table would have been the dais. Now I'm all the way in the back with Frank. I couldn't even see what was happening. I didn't even know there was speeches going on.
What were you gonna say?
Last time I was in the front with all the important people, and
I think she got wind of all your complaining, and she's like, "Stick that asshole in the back."
Frank and his brother were all the way in the back where they belong, and I was important with the front people, and now I'm in the back next to Suit Guy. The whole thing was just a nightmare to me. It was terrible.
You should count your lucky stars. You were on the arm of Suit Guy.
Yes.
Everybody was looking this way, pal.
The whole night I'm going. Anyway, my wife, just because I didn't want the rest of the table to think that I would be dating somebody wearing a suit to an event like that. You know, that was my whole.
What, a charity event for our good friend? You wouldn't want to think that people would dress up for that?
That was a bold move. I've never seen you in a. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw you in a suit and what it was for. Like
a funeral earlier this year.
You wore a suit to that?
I did.
Whose funeral?
Our friend's dad?
Our friend's dad.
You wore a suit?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't tell our friend that I forgot about that, please.
It's not like it's recorded or anything.
No, I know. Everyone keep a secret.
It's all right. We're $1:30 and everybody's
Okay.
tuned out at this point.
I'm sorry, but also I just wanted to say, you know what also important happened?
Yeah.
Your kids got their Christmas gifts.
I know
Aunt
that was
Aaron and Uncle Frank. Oh shoot, the TV just went on. Oh,
that
God.
was so kind of you guys, but I can't. You know, I got in the car. Frank gives me the gifts. By the way, they're huge. I don't even know what they are. I haven't even opened them yet. I don't even know if the kids have opened
You're not
them yet.
supposed to open them.
Oh,
They are.
Oh. Right. Sorry. But I get in the car. Frank, they're two huge gifts. And I get in the car and I go, well, I don't know if this is normal for friends to be exchanging Christmas gifts in June. Like, what does that say about the state of our friendship that we literally have not seen each other since December? But I will give you credit, and Aaron, by you, I mean Aaron.
I think we saw each other more during COVID.
You might be right about that. The fortitude to hang on to that, because I have held gifts before, and some point around March, I have said to Cuddles, I'd go, just fucking open that thing already. We're using it. It's no longer a gift. It's ours now, and we're just going to open it and use it. I'm like, I can't look at that anymore. But you guys stayed strong. I give you credit, man. That's amazing. That's amazing.
You know, they were in the gift bags, and we're not going to disassemble everything and go, that's it. We're going to, I mean, they're for your kids too. It's not like we could use, you know, the gift. It's not for us.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
and then they made cute little golf ball chocolate lollipops. So I grabbed two. I think I grabbed yours actually and mine. I put it in my pocket and I bring it home to the kids. And I'm like, look, I got you these chocolate lollipops. And they looked at me and they were like, whatever, loser. Like, and I was just like, I used to be so excited when I brought you home a little treat or something from an event. Now they're just like, I'm so in my kids' way. Anyway, let's get the game going here, Aaron.
Let's get the game going. Okay, cool.
That guy just posts hot Latina. I don't know what this person is talking about.
I don't know what he's doing either.
He's just going on and on about Latina girls and that Google's not working. Whatever drugs that guy is on, please. I'm gonna need some.
What the hell is going on here? What's the name? Let's see.
That guy.
Oh, that guy. Okay, it was that guy.
By the way, I skipped a story on this episode about how we're going to have 3 of the shortest days in the summer ever because the Earth is rotating faster than it usually does. And I'm like, that's like a weird random fact. Meanwhile, it's like 1/1,000,000th of a second faster. I'm like, what nerd who never gets laid is sitting there measuring this going, oh, everybody on July 24th, it's going to be 1/1,000,000th of a second shorter than it's supposed to be.
I think I feel it.
Just tired. I don't know. Maybe it was that 1/1,000,000th of a second that we didn't have today. Anyway.
Johnson, you're late. I can't. It's because of the.
Let me send you an article. I'll show you. I'll tell you why.
I'll show you why I'm late.
All right, Aaron. We're playing blind top 5.
Yep. Yeah, we're continuing with the blind top 5. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to say 5 things and you blindly rate them 1 to 5. It would be great if you had a pen and a paper, but if you don't, try to keep it in your head. And we left off. We've been doing the alphabet, and we left off at K. So this is kids movies not animated. Now, when I say not animated, I mean not exclusively. Like they're not like the Disney movies where there may be some animated characters in the movie,
Gotcha.
but there are live action people for a couple of them. But then there are some that are all live action people. These are movies that are rated PG or G.
Okay.
And okay, so number one is Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Or not. It's not Mary Poppins.
Why? What's
What do
your
you-
problem?
What did you have a problem with?
No, I was going to throw in a little recap just for editing purposes for later
Oh.
on, but that's okay. We're good. You did the,
I'm
you did
sorry.
the spiel. Okay, Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Who liked that
Mm.
one?
That's
Mary
a good
Poppins. That's a. I mean, it's a classic.
Classic movie. For kids movie, there are better. I feel like there are better kids. It's a great movie, but I mean, if you're grouping it with like Disney movies and Pixar and all that stuff, I'm gonna put Mary Poppins at like 4.
See, I was going to go 4, but I feel like that's a little disrespectful. 4.
It's a great movie, but in terms of a kids movie, I don't know. I think there are better, in my opinion, kids movies.
All right.
I
You
don't
know
like
what?
that movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
She said she didn't like that movie.
Oh.
No, I just thought she was so mean. I was always like, and it's weird because like the author of the book was like, she should have been meaner. And I'm like, oh, cool. Wait, what? Like,
Mhm.
why?
She was kind of mean. She was very like, oh, I don't want to do that, or I'm good, but I'm very prim and proper, and not wanting to get
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
Do you want to know what a good movie is? Did you see the one with Tom Hanks where he plays Disney? And it's all about the
No.
making of Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I never saw it.
I forget what it's called, Mr. something.
Saving Saving Mr. Banks, I think,
Saving
which is
Mr.
weird
Banks.
because he's in Saving Private Ryan too.
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway,
Saving Mr. Banks is such a great film. It is so good. And I would say it's actually better than Mary Poppins itself. I'm going to put Mary Poppins at 4 with Frank. This is disrespectful, but I feel like you guys are making it's true. It's not that great. It doesn't.
I think it's a great
Good.
movie, but
It's good.
I think it is good, but it's not. I feel like in terms of what a kid would want to watch, I feel like there are cartoons that would come in.
Well, this is the effect of blind top 5. We have to be harsh because you
Yeah.
don't want to get burned. So
Exactly.
I get it. All right, Aaron.
okay. Number 2 is The Wizard of Oz.
Ooh. All right.
Again, both of those are like they're so OG, they're so original. They laid the groundwork for all the other non-animated kid films. So it's tough to give these things low scores,
Yeah.
But let's not forget you can sync up Wizard of Oz with Dark Side of the Moon, take some
That's
shit
true.
and just
That's
have a
true.
wild time. That's a
It
wild.
was really cool.
Okay, little personal experience there. All right.
I mean, I didn't do any drugs, but it syncs up better than I thought it would. I thought it was like BS, and then when I saw it, I was like, nope, it's really good.
All right.
Yeah, it does work. You got to see.
I'm
There's
still-
a video there's online. There's the person that does it online. I don't know what their name is, but if you Google it or you look it up on YouTube, you'll see they have the movie synced up to Wizard of Oz. You don't have to do it yourself. Is my point.
Interesting. I'm going with Fly and Y and a few others here, putting it number 3. We've got some good spreads here, 4s and 2s. Frankie, see where you putting Wizard
That's
of
what I
Oz?
was thinking. I was thinking 3.
Yeah. Because again, this is the problem with blind top 5. You got to play. Sometimes you got to play defense.
Yeah, they're good movies. I feel like though maybe a little scary. Right? Would Wizard of Oz be a little bit on the scary side?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
The witch and the lion, and I don't know.
For me, it was when when the witch turns the hourglass, and she's like, "When this is out, you're gonna die," and she was like crying
Yeah.
next to it. I just couldn't handle that. I don't understand why they thought that we could. It's terrifying. Anyway,
I remember when I was. Go ahead.
To me, it was all the prison rape that was the tough. Oh, wait, no, that's Oz, not Wizard. Hold on.
Rework your list there, pal.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah.
If you play Dark Side of the Moon against that show, it really thinks up. Let me tell you.
It's amazing J.K. Simmons has a career after that show. He's so fucking scary on that show. Like, I mean, and he's gone on to do some amazing things after. Frank, you were going to say something.
I was gonna say the scary part for me from that movie was actually the wizard when the big giant head. Oh God! Who disturbs the wizard? And it's like this huge floating fucking thing, and they're walking down that aisle.
Yeah,
That was scary as a kid.
Yeah. I also thought it was weird when the wizard comes out and he's dressed in a suit at an occasion where he didn't really need a suit. That's what I thought was a little strange.
He's a wizard. He dresses for the job he wants. I don't know. You got to be in charge. He's the man in charge.
Frank and I both have 3 and 4 Wizard of Oz, Mary Poppins.
Yep.
Best non-animated kid movies. What's next, Aaron C?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, see, that's a great one. Another one, a little scary sometimes.
The Judge. Yeah.
The Judge was scary. There's a disturbing scene with the judge in a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
I killed the shoe. The weasels were kind of crazy and a little scary. The dip was scary, the whole thing. But I grew up with that movie. That was, I got to put that at 2.
I think this is your first mistake. I am with Robin and Bird. That's number 1. That is one of the greatest films of all time, period. Forget non-animated, animated. Come on. First of all, you're never going to ever, you're never going to see Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse in a movie together ever again. That's never going to happen. Funny. It's just hysterical, innovative, create like the whole. We grew up with it. It's got everything. I can't see Aaroning me on this list. Roger Rabbit. Man. It's going to be hard to beat Roger Rabbit as best non-animated kid movie. I'm putting that at number 1 proudly.
Yeah, it's worthy of number 1, but I feel like this one is something I'm not thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Neil just said one in the chat that I forgot about, but I'm comfortable putting that at number 2 if it comes to it. So let's see what Aaron C has next.
Okay, next up is The Sound of Music.
Okay, number 5 for me. I don't think I've ever seen it, and I just hate it by the name. The name alone, I just hate it. And I've heard The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. That's all I know, and I know enough to know I never want to watch that movie. Sorry.
Damn. Someone's angry at The Sound of Music.
I'm as mad at that as an $8,000 martini in the Hamptons.
I'm going to put it at 5 as well, although I'm not as angry as Anthony is. I have not seen the movie, to be honest. I only know that part with the Hills Are Alive, and the part where they sing their names down the stairs or something.
I don't even know that. I'm happy that I don't know that. This is great.
All right.
So right now, this last movie is going to determine whether Frank or I win this list, because I got Roger Rabbit at 1. Am I going to get burned by a better movie and have to put it at 2, or is Frank going to have to put a lesser movie than Roger Rabbit at 1?
I think you're getting burned, my friend.
All right, let's see. Aaron, what's the last film?
Actually, Misfit called it. It was Space Jam.
Space Jam. See?
I think we all know who won this one.
I think Anthony won, but it's not a bad movie. This is one of the. I feel like this is one of the few movies where it's not going to freak kids out.
Mm-hmm.
It's very kid friendly, as opposed to like all. There's Sound of Music, from what I understand, has Nazis in it. Mary Poppins has a guy on a roof with a cannon for some reason. Wizard of Oz. You got a witch trying to kill Dorothy. Roger Rabbit, you got a crazy judge. Space Jam, you got aliens, but they're playing basketball. I mean, it's not like they're, and they're cartoons, and you got Michael Jordan.
Nothing scares me like cartoons, so amen.
The most odd part of Space Jam is, why is Bill Murray in this? Like that, I'm happy he's there. I love that he's there. It's just like, Michael Jordan's on a team and he picked Bill Murray. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
You're right. He
Why-
could
Hey,
have been
Newman was
nothing
in it,
without
too.
him in that movie.
Yeah, it's just kind of strange. But
Yeah, what the hell?
what are you gonna do?
I'm sure there's some kind of behind the scenes. We wanted, Bill Murray knows someone and wanted to be in it.
I wonder.
knows?
Yeah, well, I think it was. You know what? I'm not going to be able to.
What are you
just has
doing?
to be all written down there. Yeah, I don't know. I got to know.
As it's so overexposed.
Yeah. I think they just needed a legit actor to get them through everything because it was basically Michael Jordan and the cartoons. I think they just needed an actor, like a funny actor.
Yeah, but Bill Murray, I feel like, was in the beginning and the end of the movie. Basically it.
Yeah.
Cartoons carried the movie. Michael Jordan was good too. He was.
He held his own. Yeah, he held his own. He did it right. That's a good movie. I would say that's probably. I mean, it is the next closest thing to Roger Rabbit. What other movie had that mix of cartoons and animation in real life like that?
Cool World.
Right. I've never seen that. I want to see that. Frank, remind me when we say, what do we want to see? I want to see that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen that one either.
Yeah, but that's not for kids, I don't think, right? That's
no,
kind
it's
of
not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because Roger Rabbit was what, 88 or 89, and
something like that.
Space Jam could have been that much farther past it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another movie with cartoons and real life.
Roger Rabbit was 88.
88, okay.
Space Jam was 96. Man, we were old.
Wow.
You guys were still young.
There was a Space Jam sequel.
With LeBron James. Stupid. Idiot. It's such a bad movie. If I was LeBron James, I'd be like, "What? I'm already getting enough comparisons to Michael Jordan. I don't need to make the same fucking movie that he made."
I think that's how he did it. I think anyway. Do you have time for another one?
Yeah, fuck him. Robin says Megan's Space Jam is supposed to be delicious.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
I got time. You want to do one more?
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
All right.
Okay, L is.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, Aaron. Just programming note for everybody. Friday's obviously the 4th of July. When we're on, everybody's going to be watching fireworks, so there's not going to be a show Friday, just to let everybody know. So we'll get a little bonus time here. So, cool. All right. Second blind top 5. Aaron's going to give us a bunch of stuff. We're going to rank it from 1 to 5, depending on how much we like it. But the catch is we don't know what's next. Aaron, what is our theme here? L?
Yes, please. And it's love in the title of songs. So these are all songs that have the word love in the title. Okay. I'm pretty sure you know all of them. Okay, so number 1 is Love Shack by the B-52s.
Love Shack,
baby. That is where it's at.
Tin Roof Rusted. True. None of us knew what the hell that was until Pop-Up Video was like, "Hey, this is what this means. This is what she's."
That's true. That's true.
Right? Thank you.
I feel like Pop-Up Video should be everywhere, not just music videos. It should be like on TV shows and movies.
You got an idea there, my friend. That's a really good idea.
They take, just like, what is that, Mystery Science Theater? They have the people sitting in the movie theater watching old movies and commenting. They go to old movies and they have pop-up facts about the movie.
That'd be nice. I would like that. That's pretty cool. Good.
All right, so Love Shack.
I feel like Aaron has Aaroned us early on. Like, this one's a really good one, and it's very early. You
think we're going to get the rest is not going to be as good?
I don't know. I don't know if this is a number 1. I mean, it's Love
Shack.
A
lot of good love. I mean, that's probably the number 1 theme in music is love.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a lot of songs. I put Love Shack at 3. I'm playing it safe.
Yeah, I want to say 2, just because you're in a good mood. It's not a sappy love song. Everybody kind of. Have you ever heard anybody go, "I hate this fucking Love Shack song"?
I got me a Chrysler as big as a whale. I'm sorry.
I'm going to be a little daring here and go 2.
All right.
We are dog sitting 2 dogs that aren't ours. And Frank has been playing with a lightsaber, pretending to be the Wizard of Oz, and now singing Love Shack. It's like freaking them out, Frank.
That's where it's at. This is my brother's dog. This is Ray.
Look at Ray.
Yeah, right.
Ray likes the podcast. He likes sitting next to you while you're podcasting. He looks like he's very comfortable over there.
It's just hanging out. Ugh. Ray is a girl actually named after the Star Wars character Ray.
Does Dexter get jealous when there's other dogs around if you give him attention?
Yes, he's putting himself into a DHL box and shipping himself to your house. So look out for that.
Heads up.
Oh, good
All
to
right,
know.
so I got Love Shack at 3.
I'm at 2.
Okay. Next up is What is Love? Baby Don't Hurt Me by Hathaway.
That's a good one.
Boom, 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 boom.
I got to put that at 2.
It's a good song. It's a mega cultural impact after the
Of
SNL
course.
skit. Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury. That's the whole that was a huge
Yeah.
phenomenon.
Where are you putting it to?
I put it at 2.
Shit.
I mean, because that song took over when that Saturday Night Live thing was happening.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna put it at 3, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that sitting behind Love Shack.
Yeah, I'm good with where I am too. I only got one space above these though. I only got my number 1, 4, and 5 available, so I'm a little worried.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Okay, next up is I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Shit. That's good.
Oh, it's a classic too. Damn it.
That little beat before they hit the drums and then she screams and I again.
And yeah, oh yeah.
Holy shit. Who doesn't get chills
Chills.
there?
Chills, baby.
Yeah.
I'm putting it at number 1.
I know. That's what I'm thinking about. How could you put that at 4? I mean,
Can't do it.
I'm with you. I hate to play the same card as you almost, but I mean,
I mean, Whitney Houston, she had the best voice. I mean, she was amazing.
yeah.
And that song, iconic, and very few people can take on that song and do it justice.
And it's one of those things where it was not even hers. And people probably don't even know the original. Like, she crushed that song so hard. They have forgotten the original was a Dolly Parton song. And Dolly Parton's not an easy person to make you forget about, so it's massive. That's I'm going to put it at number 1 too. I'm comfortable with that.
All right. So I got it at 1. I have 4 and 5 open now.
Okay, next up is Baby Love by the Supremes.
Oh shit! See this,
baby. Where did our love go?
That's not right. That's not right.
Oh,
It's I don't sing well, doesn't it? Dan, can you do it?
Baby love, my baby love. I missed you, miss kissing you. I mixed those up. All right. How you do it? Blah, blah, blue. Blah, blah, blah. Don't throw my love away. All right. I'll put Baby Love at 4.
Okay, I got it at 4 too, but behind What Is Love, we've been errand. This is a bad list now.
You think?
Yeah, it's a bad list now. That's not the proper order.
What's your open spaces, guys?
5.
5.
Okay, then I guess this is appropriate since you guys think that I errand you. It's You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi.
Oh, absolutely.
That deserves to be a 5. Yeah. All right. So I guess maybe we only got one wrong at the end of the day. I mean, that's a good Bon Jovi song, though, too. Not to nothing. It's not bad. It's not his worst. Not his
No,
best.
but on this list, it's number 5.
It's number 5. Yeah. Without a doubt, it's number 5.
The rest are absolute classics.
Well, I'll tell you what. Again, I feel like we're being tricked by cultural impact of the Hathaway song. Like, is that really better than Bon Jovi when you think about it? That could be. You can make an argument for that to be 5.
Well, let me ask you this: Bon Jovi's "You Give Love a Bad Name" comes on, or "What Is Love" comes on. Which one are you sticking with?
That's a really good test.
It's a great test. Where am I? Am I in Jersey or am I outside of Jersey? Because I have two different answers.
You're driving on the LIE.
Oh, I'm by myself. Nobody's around. No Jersey people that can hurt
Nobody's
me.
around.
No. I'm probably going Bon Jovi. Actually, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're going Hadaway.
Yeah, I'm going Hadaway.
All right.
Is that it for a Wednesday? Or do you want one more?
I don't know. We moved through. It's up to you. Your call.
Let's do
Let's
one
do
more.
one more.
Okay. All right.
Okay, great. Real quick, this one is M is moms on TV.
Oh,
TV moms.
TV
hot.
moms.
This is
This is
hot.
not the hotness. This is who you'd want for your mom.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. Stop making it gross, Aunt.
No, actually, you know what? We're out of time now that I think about it.
Oh, go open
All
your
right, I'm
kid's
gonna play
Christmas gift.
Aaron, I'm going to play it your way, but in the back of my mind, I'm going to be thinking about who I want to
Okay.
nail. Okay.
We could do parallel. You know, if you want to make two columns, Ann, I'm not going to yell at you. It's your show.
I'm going to do two lists.
All right, two lists. And everybody else who wants to do two lists,
No. I'm doing
please
one
go
list.
ahead.
One list. All right. This is who you'd want to be your mom. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So number one is Marge Simpson of The Simpsons.
Not a bad mom. She's
Very
gonna let
annoying
Bart get
voice.
an annoying voice,
Bad hair.
good cook, but let Bart get away with a lot.
Does anybody else wear a strapless dress every day of their lives?
Good point.
Let me know in the comments.
It's true.
I do. I mean, not on the show here, but
I think Marge is. I'd go two from Marge.
Oh, Robin does not like Marge. Very interesting.
okay. Can I pause the game for a second?
Sure.
Are you up on The Simpsons?
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Is that true? I've only read headlines, and I don't know if it's true or not, or they're going to get out of it some way. Or
it's not what you think.
it's not. Okay, you could leave it at that.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. That's fine. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
Okay,
I got it at 4. I got Marge at 4.
I got Marge at 2. I think she's a good mom.
Oh, that's high. Okay.
Okay. Next up is Peggy Bundy of Married with Children.
Yeah, 5. She is not a good mom.
She's not a good mom. I'd bang her, but not a good mom.
Ow.
Yeah.
It's a great show, by the way.
Best show. One of the best ever.
Yeah. No pig. All right.
Okay. Next up is Claire Huxtable of The Cosby Show.
Claire Huxtable, attorney at law.
Did Claire know about the pills and the drinks and stuff? I don't know.
Interesting. I'm trying to think of her being motherly. You know, how she took control. She controlled the household.
Yeah, she was all right.
Good mom. I'd say middle of the road. 3.
I would do 3 too. Do you know? I know the woman that she was named after.
What?
Yeah, he named the character Claire after this person that I know.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, well, it's what that person told me. So that person could have been lying to me, but they were very kind. That was a very kind person. So
okay,
yeah.
Sure.
Okay, next up. All right. It's fine. Stop.
A huge firework. Someone blew something up.
Oh, really?
And it's freaking the dog
Sophia
out.
Petrillo of the Golden Girls.
Sophia Petrillo. That's a good one. Oh. Sophia Petrillo. I don't know if I like the wooden spoon though.
Deuce. I'm going Deuce.
You going Deuce?
I
only have 1 and 4 open. Oh. Hey, it's okay. I'm putting her at 4.
Wow.
Yeah, good
Don't
mom.
tell your brother.
I know, good mom, but that strict, old school kind of wooden spoon deal. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I got number one. This is going to be my best one. Here we go.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, it's a very old show, but it's Morticia Addams of the Addams Family.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I'm not going to last a week.
Yeah.
Weren't they always trying to like kill each other and stuff, but like in a playful way?
Yeah, kind of.
But they were very passionate. Oh, wait, you wouldn't want that for your mom. Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry,
But-
I forgot what's going on.
Yeah, was she a good mom? I mean, the kids were always trying to mess each other up, and she, for the most part, did not stop that.
Yeah, but I feel like there was that weird underlying caring there in that whole.
Oh yeah, very.
Family.
That's the thing. The Addams family, they may have messed with each other, but if anybody messed with them,
Yeah.
it was all hell would break loose. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not a terrible list. I might move Morticia down a peg or two, and maybe move. Like I would put Morticia maybe at 4 and move everybody up 1. So this is my list right here: Morticia, Marge, Claire Huxtable, Sophia Petrillo, Peggy.
I have Morticia, Sophia, Claire, Marge, and Peggy. If I was ranking these on who I'd want to bang, it would be Morticia at 1, Peggy at 2. Who would you want to bang, Claire or Marge?
Claire or Marge.
Sophia's
Well, Marge is
obviously
a
last.
cartoon character, so.
You know what? I feel like there's a lot of Marge porn clips out there too. Very uncomfortable with that cartoon porn.
It's probably not as. Yeah, who the hell knows?
Who thought that was a good idea? It was like, oh, I could animate Marge having sex with Homer and then moaning and everything. It'll be great. Like,
I bet there's a lot. There's probably a big audience.
Do you think they like that?
Porn, I hope.
What?
Nothing.
Did you say Claire Huxtable porn?
Well, you just comparing them, so I'm guessing there's very little to none Claire Huxtable porn, which is awesome with me.
I don't know if there's Claire Huxtable porn. Aaron, can you do me a favor? She looks
Yeah.
like that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna Google that on my work computer. No problem.
If she were animated, there'd probably be a ton of it.
Yeah. I don't get the animated.
I have a feeling all animated characters. I don't know. This got this like all the moms, like Marge or Lois, Griffin. I'm sure that there's all that kind of crap.
So you're saying you'd put Claire over Marge as far as who you'd bang? I think I would too. That voice is very
Probably
annoying.
put Claire on Marge.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That voice, I just can't. It's too much. And
Yeah,
the
Marge
hair
has
too.
the hair, those huge bug eyes.
Yeah, good point. I didn't think of the eyes. It's a good point. It's a good point. I gotta be honest with you. I don't love green on women. It's very off-putting. It's not it's tough.
Blue hair.
Yeah, but the blue hair, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, 3 solid blind top 5 lists there.
Thanks, guys. Everyone have a nice long weekend. Happy holiday.
Great job.
Bye.
You too.
Great job, man.
Yeah, you too. Good job for Aaron, of course, the world famous author of Oval.
There it is, right there, baby. Pick up that book today. It is written completely by Aaron. It's available for purchase on Amazon. Also, you could digitally download a copy on Amazon as well. Link in the description below. Wonderful book. I recommend it highly. Pick it up today.
Very soft. The side's very soft. Yes. Buy Oval so that this wonderful and talented woman could buy this loser another fucking lightsaber.
This is where a lot of the Oval money went.
That's where
a nice chunk of the Oval money went to this.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully next time they'll get another dog, which will be great. What do you got in there now? 3 dogs? You got 3 dogs?
We have 3 dogs in the house right now.
I'm going to send you my son, and guaranteed you send him back first before you send back any of the dogs.
Absolutely.
Can't deal with this animal. That's a cute dog.
Go girl.
That is a cute dog. I can't believe she sat next to you the whole time.
The whole time. She was sitting right here.
Just taking it all in. Loving the podcast.
She's a good girl.
She's like, I would have put Roger Rabbit 1 too. You guys made the right move there.
Yeah, she knows. She has her own little list.
Have a great 4th, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Show me potato salad. Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.